Welcome back to the Behind the Bench Network. This your boy Jay Shad. This is part two of what happened to all the real superstars in the NBA. So where I left off at, I wanted to give y'all a couple examples of what I believe a superstar needs on a team. Like I said, a superstar is going to give you anywhere between 24 to 30 points a night, but with those 24 to 30 points, depending on what he's doing. So let's say he's on the lower tier and he's giving you 24. He's giving you at least 12 assists, 7 rebounds, 6 rebounds. You see what I'm saying? A couple assists. He's playing solid defense, or he's playing solid team defense, or he's being the ultimate leader on the court and he knows how to get other players involved. Okay, um, like all the great point guards is going to give you somewhere between 18 to 22 points, but they're gonna get everybody else involved, give them the ball in the spots where they are more when they're when they could affect the game at. They're not gonna make a power forward shoot a three. They're gonna get the ball to the power forward where he scores the best and on the floor. You know what I'm saying? If it's at the elbow, if it's on the block, wherever that power forward loves to have that ball, he's gonna make sure he gives them that ball in that spot. Then but if you have a superstar that's giving you 27, 28, he's supposed to give you at least 6 and 5. At least 6 and 5. Six rebounds, 5 assists, or 6 assists and 5 rebounds a night. Play solid defense. But when you have those type of superstars, they only need another all-star caliber type of player, or a player that's capable of giving you anywhere between 18 and 22 points a night. That's all they need. But they need a third player that's going to give you anywhere between 14 to 18 points a night. That's all a real superstar needs. He don't need to be teamed up with another superstar player, an all-star player, and six mans of the years also on his team. See, because a real superstar is going to motivate his team to play defense. See, that's the key. Defense wins championships. You can have all the offensive players in the world, but if your team is not capable of playing defense, then they're not going to win. And see, what a lot of people don't realize, when you get into the playoffs and you're in those earlier rounds, your talent you're going to win games based off the talent on your team. So if you're playing with two other superstar players, 9 out of 10, you should be able to get past the first round. You should be able to get past the second round. But the further you go into the playoffs and the conference finals and the finals, you're playing against better teams. And 9 out of 10 is the team that plays the best defense that wins the game. Even if it's a team that you believe has great offense, at the end of the day, if you really go look at the numbers, that team is good defensively in a certain area. If it's, on the perimeter, they might be great defensively, closing out, putting a hand up, being in your face. That if a team is a 3-point shooting team, they don't have the open looks that made them great, because now they're being defended. When they played it in those first and second rounds, they was playing against bad defensive teams that could not defend. So a superstar just needs to be able to have those elements on his team, but he have to be a great leader. He has to be able to get the players the ball where they strive at the most. They got to play. They either got to be good defensively, individually, or they got to be great team defenders, or they just got to give effort. They don't have to be the best. They don't have to be first team, second team, all defense. They just got to give great effort in key moments of the game. When they know this team, if a team's making a run and they need to make a stop, he knows it's time for him to put that effort in to make that stop. See, a lot of people will say, well, Magic, he played with Hall of Fame players. If you watch the videos that I made about super teams, you will see those players wasn't superstars at that moment. They wasn't Hall of Fame players at that moment. You see what I'm saying? They became those players later on in their career, or they became a Hall of Fame player at the end of their career, but they was never a Hall of Fame player. But if you go back, and I'm going to post, if you look at these stats that I posted, you could see certain players, what I've been saying. One player's averaging around 19. The other player's averaging around, 14, 16 points. The superstar's averaging, he's giving you anywhere over 24 points a game. In today's game, you don't see these superstar players doing the intangibles to lead their team. This take, when I named off a couple players in the first, I said LeBron James. LeBron James, to me, and this is to me, I don't see him as a real superstar. Why? Because even when he was in Cleveland and he was averaging the 28, he had a good team. They was a good defensive team. He wasn't doing what he needed to do. They had a player that was giving him 20 points a night. They had a player that was giving him a consistent between 14 and 20 points. 14 and 18 points a night. They was one of the best defensive teams. You can't win over 60 games and not have a good team. Allen Iverson, and he might take a lot of flack, but Allen Iverson was the main scorer. He had those same components, players, and he was able to take his team to the finals. That's why he's so high on a lot of people's list when it comes to one of the best shooting guards. He gave you some steals. Was he great defensively? In key moments when he needed to be. He put the effort in. You don't see these players put effort into being great defenders. LeBron ain't put no effort in being a great defender since Cleveland. Durant ain't put no great effort in. He needs superstar players. Now he's on another team with Bradley Beal and Devin Booker. But he got criticized by Ryan. I believe his name is I can't think of the comedian's name, but he told the truth. Defense wins championships. And I'm mad that I can't give the shout out to the comedian, man. I know his first name is Ryan, and he's one of my favorite comedians because he keeps it 100. And if it comes up, and I'll let y'all know. Ryan Davis. There we go. Ryan Davis. Look him up, people. He roasted Kevin Durant. But you look at Luka. Luka had Kyrie Irving. And I don't know who was their third scorer, but I'm pretty sure if it was Tim Hardaway Jr., he was able to give him 14 and 18 points a night. And Kyrie was giving you 24, 25. And Luka was giving you at least 30. But guess what they was not doing? Playing defense. Got to play defense. If you're not playing defense, then your team is not going to win. If you can't play defense, your team is not going to win. I know I said this was going to be a 2-part series, but man, I'm going to have to make this a 3-part series. This is part 2. Check me out on the next one, and I'll go ahead and continue to break down some of these new stars in today's game. Until then, I'm your boy Jay Shy. Check out the bench crew, Jermaine, JB, and Kelvin. Check out their videos. I'm out.